Welcome. This video looks at the second part of language extension. We're extending the C programming language that's defined as part of the mbeddr.com project, mbeddr.com project. Well, what we've done so far is we've created an assert statement, which has an expression here and then an error message, and it can be used as a statement in statement context. Now, of course, if we ran the generator of this, actually this was not a good idea, like this, and now we go, this is the example model here. If we generate the text from this model, then we're going to run into problems. We can take a look here and we'll see somewhere in the generated code, you see text gen not found for the assert statement. So we haven't defined a generator for the assert statement yet, and that's what we're going to do right now. So let's see, what do we want to do? We want to define a generator which maps this basically to the following. I'll just script this here, like if not, and then the expression a bigger than 4, then somehow log the error message, right? Log is actually an existing language feature which allows you to log things, and it's translated differently depending on the target platform. So that's what we want to do. So let's do it. Let's go to our DBC language here, which contains the assert statement, and create a new generator, which we call main, because all my generators are called main. And this generator contains, among other things, a so-called mapping definition, where we define a reduction rule, and we reduce the assert statement, and again it loses the focus sometimes, where we reduce the assert statement into a new template. So here is the new template, which basically contains the if statement. So let me just sketch this, and then I'll give you a little bit more explanation. So I have a procedure here, and in this procedure called X, we have the if, and this is the template fragment. So what have we done? We have basically defined that whenever somewhere we stumble over an assert statement, we transform it into something else as defined by this template. So let's look at the template. Basically, the TF thing here is the so-called template fragment. So it says, ignore the procedure. Only the stuff between the TFs is actually what should be used to replace the input, in this case, the assert statement. So let's write an example here. We can't use the log yet because our DBC language doesn't yet have a dependency to the logging language. So let's go here and go to the extended languages and put med logging in. And basically this allows you now to use the log statement in our some message in our template. Now you see what we've done. Actually, we need to put a not around it. So what we've done so far is that we've created an example of what we want to generate. This is not yet the real generator, because we don't want to put true here or some message there. We actually want to use the expression from our assert statement, which serves as the input to this translation here, to this transformation. We want to put this here. So what we do is we're going to replace the true with the actual expression. So we use a so-called node macro. And the macro we're going to use is called map source. Don't call me, let me know. I don't know why it's called map source. But anyway, we create a mapping function which basically takes the expression of the input node, which is our assert statement, and replaces the true node with this expression. In other words, we're putting a clone of the expression right here. And we're going to do the same with the message. We're going to use a property macro where we put the message of the input node here. So this is almost all. We just need to make sure that the things are translated in the right order. I'm not going to explain this in detail. I'm going to just say true here. So I'm going to rebuild the language, which takes a little while as usual. And I can now go to my line follower here, the example, take this and translate it again. Generate text. See what happened. This looks good, right? So this is if not A is greater than 4, then you see we use the EC robot status monitor because the code we're generating is for the Lego Mindstorm's target platform, and the function or the C API to output something onto the screen is the EC robot status monitor. And because of the priorities of the generators, the assert statement is first translated into the log, if blah 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 log, and then the log statement generator is activated and translates that into the actual function call. So that's basically it. Generator is finished, and that's all I wanted to show in this screencast. Thank you for watching.